Well, Kenny, we know the season doesn't end the way you wanted it to, but there are some bright spots. So when you look back on this year, what are a couple things you're going to really remember about this squad?
Probably the camaraderie. We've had a really good season of new additions in the back end here. Just across the locker room, we've had a lot of good people and players to really connect with. One of the things that I came in trying to emphasize this year was staying in the moment, and being present, and the people that I brush shoulders with each day. I just wanted to, get to know certain people, whether it's in football or other departments around this organization. I just wanted to grow closer to. So it's been cool knowing the people here in the building across the organization, and it's been good building.
And one of the things about the NFL is gaining experience, and you don't want injuries to happen. But in this room, especially in the quarterback room, a lot of young guys got some meaningful reps. How beneficial is that for this team moving forward?
Good. Sometimes, in the secondaries, you don't know what you don't know. So whether it's play recognition or formations or, the people that you're going against or the certain guys that teams, the offense has in their play style, whether it's a guy that moves the sticks, a guy that, goes on the field and they're searching for explosives, a guy that is an option route runner. So more so, I guess I'm trying to say is, at corner or safety, you got to have those good and bad plays for you to grow and for you to be a guy that's being able to like stick around in the league. So, yeah, it's all just a learning curve.
Shane's teams, and you've been a part of them these last 3 years, you don't really see you guys getting blown out of games. It's these close finishes. As you reflect and knowing you're missing the playoffs again, like, what's your takeaway? Like, what's your thought process knowing why you can't close the deal in some of these close games right now?
I think that's just the nature of the NFL of trying to close out. I think the best teams close out those. They can close out the most, close scoring games whenever it comes down to the stretch of, winning by 3 or winning by 1 or going to OT and finishing and having those extra snaps along the game and having that competitive endurance. The good teams finish it out and they finish it out the most. So, just having that competitive endurance and, you know, that's just something that we just gotta, execute and work on and put a lot of energy in. So if we focus on that, our energy will flow into it as well. So that's just something that the standard just has to be a part of, finishing those close-out games.
What's the finality of this day feel like when you know your season's over and there's no postseason?
It feels like the last day of school, and yeah, you're going home from there.
Last day of school, though, is usually a good thing.
Well, I think for right now, you can still have joyful, you can still have peace with certain things. Nothing that you always have to grieve about. Last night, looking at the film and having those hugs and you having those conversations on a plane and you have in a huddle when the game is over, but this game is still going. You have those like damn, like I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. You know what I mean? So it's not always about the storm. We know what it is of we didn't meet our goals this year. We didn't meet them. So we're gonna attack this all season and make sure you don't feel that feeling again. So it doesn't have to cloud over you the entire off season. You know what I mean? You just have certain moments where you do grieve and you do feel sadness, but we're blessed. It's so much that we can be thankful for, and we're in a new year. You're healthy. Did you come out the season healthy? Okay, great. So many things that you can be thankful for. So you can still seek joy and peace in the storm.
Kenny, tough question maybe, but you have a core of veterans on this defense that you've been together with those brothers for a long time. The leadership is staying the same. Do you anticipate that group staying the same, or do you think?
I'm not the GM.
No, I know. Well, let me rephrase. I mean, do you hope that group stays intact and has another shot?
Look, we have some great guys. People first. These are guys that I can call in off season. I can call at other areas in my life where I want to have a conversation or I want to experience with guys. So it's not so much. I don't have to be teammates with people to be like, oh, we have to that's the only way we can bond and like we can be brothers. So, you know, the NFL is going to be the NFL. Is always business. It's never personal. So, you know, it is what it is in that standpoint. Would I love to be teammates with, you know, all these guys for the rest of my career? Yeah. I would love to help. I would love to be around, be able to give. So, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, there is a business that takes precedence. So, yeah.